Glory to you, O Lord.
When Jesus came into the district of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that the Son of Man is?" And they said, "Some say John the Baptist, but others Elijah, and still others Jeremiah or one of the prophets." And he said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Simon Peter answered, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." And Jesus answered him, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father in heaven. For I tell you, you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not prevail against it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." Then Jesus sternly ordered the disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Christ. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
"Who do you say that I am?" says Jesus. This is the decisive question that is addressed to each one of us as much as it was to the early disciples. I can remember in my late teens, I was 19, just moving out of the religions of the East, hearing the lyrics of Jesus Christ Superstar. "Who are you? Are you what they say you are?" And then asking Jesus the same question. If you are who Christians say you are, show me. I was baptized Easter Sunday, 1972, and just over a year later, I was received into the Catholic Church. Asking Jesus who he is a powerful question. Even more powerful is him asking the questions. So let's look for a moment at how this question is framed in our gospel today. First, Jesus asks the disciples what other people are saying about him. Who do people say that I am? Or who do people say that the Son of Man is? The various answers all identify him as some kind of prophet. For some, Jesus is like Elijah, the prophet of early Jewish settlement in the Promised Land. Others, one of the later prophets like Jeremiah, Isaiah, or Amos. Prophets not afraid to speak truth to power and calling people back to fidelity to the covenant and a radical practice of justice for the poor. Still others identify Jesus with a more contemporary prophet, John the Baptist, the wild desert man who put the axe to the tree and called people to a baptism of repentance and conversion of lifestyle. We don't know what Jesus thought of these answers. Each one gets at something about the person and message of Jesus, but they all miss the mark. They all fall short of an adequate profession of faith. And so he asks them, "Who do you say that I am?" To which St. Peter answers for all of them and for us, "You are the Christ, the Messiah, the Anointed One, the Son of the living God." This is an early version of the second question in the article of the Apostles' Creed, the baptismal creed that we use to this day. Do you believe in Jesus Christ? To which we answer, I do. So is it really that easy, after all? Peter, or you, or me, profess that we believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that makes us Christian? Of course, we all know it's more complicated than that. The sacraments of initiation, baptism, confirmation, and the Eucharist, sacramental preparation. And we all know intuitively that faith in the person of Jesus, that Christian believing, is not just a matter of assent to the content of faith, some kind of intellectual agreement with a set of propositional truth statements. Yes, I believe this and this and this about Jesus, about the Trinity, about the Church and the sacraments, about the Scriptures, about the importance of communion with the Bishop of Rome, etc. As important as all these beliefs are, if they don't reach down into our hearts, into our bowels, as the Greek in the New Testament implies, we are missing the heart of the matter. St. John Paul II hit the nail on the head when he said, "The purpose of catechesis, of instruction in the faith, is to bring people into encounter, into intimacy with the person of Jesus of Nazareth." People today believe all kinds of things about Jesus, that he was an exemplary moral teacher, a giant of the human spirit, one of many manifestations of God, a first-century peasant revolutionary, but they all miss the point if they don't profess with Peter the core of the Christian proclamation: "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." To which Jesus answers, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of John. You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church." This verse is decisive for every Catholic. It was at the core of my own conversion to communion with the Bishop of Rome. One of the core definitions of a Catholic, in fact, is one who stands with Peter and his successors. For us, Pope Francis, communion with the Bishop of Rome is the only thing that prevents us from spinning off with the centrifugal force of schism and heresy. It is the great scandal of our time that so many Catholics dissent from church teaching on this matter. It is imperative that we renew our trust in the promise of Jesus with regard to papal primacy. Cast out into the deep, caught in Peter's net, standing on the rock, given a new name.
Together